Alright, so the bank level. First, the player is going to be in this the FBI van. There's going to be CCTVs on the wall, some like a desk, keyboard, whatever makes it feel more like uh, a tight mobile FBI office almost. But the CCTV cameras are going to be placed in positions inside of the bank in each room so that the player can see the actual entire map. Um, but as for the bank itself, I did a quick mock-up of like a background, which is these buildings. Either through camera placement or just filling it out a little bit more, the player's not going to be able to see the void. But I did want the street to feel kind of downtown-ish. Uh, so there's some taller buildings, some shorter buildings, big billboards on top of the bank. But either way, let's get on to the actual level design. So the first area or room is the lobby. It's the largest, it's the tallest, it's the biggest room because this is where the customers would come in, go to the front desk, and do whatever they need to in the bank. I built big, tall, like pillars to show, kind of like almost emphasize how large this room is for the structural need. But the customer would come in over here. Uh, there would be desks lined up behind this, maybe even some glass in front to show like a customer coming over here to do whatever they need to do at the bank. Um, let's see. The first room will start off on the right. This is the meeting room. This would be for customers and employees, whatever the bank would need it for. It's just going to be a large desk with a bunch of chairs surrounding it, maybe a plant or two. So really, the camera in this room would be positioned probably right here-ish, just to make sure they can see everything. And then following this door, and also one of the doors from the lobby, this is the manager's office. So there'd be a large desk over here, maybe a couch, again more plants, some cabinets. Specifically, there's going to be a large like bookshelf or cabinet right here in front of this door to kind of hide it. And there's a button that you can have one of the little robots press on the desk that can open that cabinet door, almost like a little secret passage into the vault control room. This little tiny room is basically just going to have a desk in it, maybe a cabinet, but a desk with another button that opens the vault doors. With the guys that are patrolling the bank, the guys you're trying to sneak past, um, it there's going to be at least one kind of right here patrolling this little area. So if the player gets behind them and opens um, the bookshelf way, it's a lot easier to get into that room, which is why there's the alternate path there. But if we step on to the other side, again, this room right here is for customers and, well, no, this one's actually just for customers. This is kind of like a waiting room. It's going to be a lot of chairs set up and then kind of a circle, a lot of decorations and plants and maybe a little coffee table with some magazines on it. But it's just purely a waiting room. And attached to the waiting room is the bathroom. Now, this is for employees and customers. To close stalls, there's going to be uh, sinks, trash cans, and all your just bathroom supplies in this small room. Attached to the bathroom and also attached to the security room here is the employees' lounge. So again, more cabinets, coffee maker, a fridge, um, a table, some couches. Just make it feel as much as a employee's break room as possible. Attached to the break room and the meeting room, or the waiting room, is the security's office. Now, this one doesn't have a door on the outside, but there's a desk set up here so that the security manager can keep track of everything. Plus, he's actually going to have a computer or two that will have camera views on it, just like the CCTVs from inside the van. And there's actually going to be another button on that table where the player can hit the button and have access to more cameras inside of the bank. Specifically, cameras that show more of the secrets. So, for instance, if I come back over here to the meeting room, we had the camera that I said was going to be set up. No, that's a bad example. In the manager's office, we wanted a camera set up about here. So there'll be a guy patrolling kind of at the bottom left, but it's really far away from the manager's desk. So you won't really be able to see the button on the desk from this camera. But if they access that, the special cameras, there's going to be another camera set up here that is almost staring directly at that button. And of course, the door on the right there. Once you open it, so you have a better view. Another example of that button. If you come in here, there's going to be a camera kind of set up about here, so you can see the desk here on the left, and also the patrolling guy outside. But the other camera, when it's unlocked, will show more in this direction. And since there is nothing blocking that door on the far left, this camera will basically give them a hint, like, hey, wait, there's another path into this room. So even if they didn't catch the button from that camera view, they'll have another camera view showing the other path. And there's a couple different examples of that, but I won't go too far into detail. But either way, this is the security room. It's going to be one or two guys patrolling this area. I think I had it planned with just one guy basically sitting in a chair in front of the computer, and he kind of just turns this direction, kind of goes back and forth like this. Maybe even goes and looks at the employee lounge room, but kind of does this rotation like this, so the player can still sneak past him. And this is what did I call this? The alarm room, I guess, something like that. It's going to have another computer, another desk in it, with a button that allows access through some of these doors. Because these doors will be actual, doors where the little player-controlled like robot things can go through them. But specific doors will be alarmed. So if they end up walking through one of those doors, an alarm goes off, and all nearby enemies will walk over there and capture whatever little robots are going through that door. But unless you shut off the alarm system. And the vault door itself needs the alarm system and the vault controls to be pressed to get through the vault. But once they do both of those items, the vault doors will be opened and unalarmed, and the hostages will be here in the vault. The player, each robot can, quote, carry a hostage out. So the more robots you have by the time you get here, the better, because then it'll be nice and quick. But the 3 hostages here have to be taken back out onto the street, and once that happens, the game will end. But either way, like I mentioned, there's no assets inside of the bank yet. It's real blank and empty at the moment. Real basic. I'm not sure if you wanted environmental design inside of the bank as of yet. And also, if you wanted me to block them out or just go ahead and start filling in some of the assets. It's not a terrible amount of assets. I mean, honestly, it's a table or two, probably the same chair for every desk or table that is in here. But yeah, either way, there's not going to be too many assets. Um, Try to reuse as many assets as I can. Usually the best way to go. Like I said, a desk, a table, a chair, um, a little computer that can be used for most of the things. Uh, some cabinets. Yeah, not too many assets, but I did not fill it out because I wasn't sure if that was part of the level design or if uh, there was going to be another moment for that type of gameplay, or if there's even an environmental task involved with this. But either way, that is the bank level. Obviously, this is only one of the many levels that you could have a little FBI van and robots going around a unit. Like a mall or shopping center, warehouses, or even like a neighborhood with different houses on it, all sorts. All you need is an area and a bunch of cameras, and the FBI van can do what it needs to do. Either way, hope you enjoyed.